Happy Thursday, friends! How are you all today? Hope you're doing well. I'm heading to the store right now, on my way to Target to pick up a few items. It's a beautiful day today. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Letting my Mr. Rogers side come out. It's only like 70 degrees and it's sunny. I don't know, we're having a little cool weather break, which I welcome, so happy about that. And it's been a normal week, I would say, and Matt is at home working, taking care of business, and I go to work tomorrow, but I haven't heard back from the job that I applied for back at the beginning of June. Actually, I applied for it back in the middle of June. But anyway, they said that they would contact me either way to let me know whether they wanted me to come in for an interview or whether they didn't want me to come in for an interview. But I haven't heard back from them. They said that they would email me if I did not get the position. And so I have my email hooked up to my phone. And every time I hear my email alert, I get a little bit nervous thinking that they're emailing me and telling me that, they don't want me to come in for an interview. But anyway, just waiting to hear back from them. I'm a little bit anxious. I think that's the hardest part about applying for jobs is just waiting and not knowing, what's going on. Looks like they have all their outdoor furniture and accessories and all that on sale at Target. I guess they're getting ready for school stuff. That's probably what it is. But yeah, it's like 15% off. Let's see how much their umbrellas are. I'd like an umbrella for our back porch, but if I could find one that's nice for a sale, let's see. These are all $75. That doesn't really seem like much of a sale to me. So those were originally $89. So it's like $14 difference. Their outdoor carpets are on sale. For how much exactly, I don't know. This red one here is $25. About this blue and white one, it's kind of pretty. It's $40. Yep, they're getting ready for school stuff. I remember when I was teaching, whenever I saw the school stuff coming out in like Walmart and Target, it was like, oh, school's about to start back. I don't see anything that I need though. What is this? I wonder if this hammock would work with our hammock. Like the stand that we just bought. It's $70. But I wonder, oh, it says it's a 2-person hammock. I don't know if that would work with ours though, but it's an idea. I like buying stuff when it's going, out of season. And you can usually catch it on sale, but I don't know, Target's kind of hit or miss with the sales. My garden is growing, y'all. Corn has gotten really tall. I can't wait till it gets to be like my height. It's gonna be fun. And then I finally finished the netting around the strawberries. See, it's kind of hard to see, but if I zoom in, you guys can see. But here it is. I just draped it over these 2 poles here, and it goes over here, over the top, and over the sides. And I have openings on each of the sides, and I have the sides closed with a clothespin here. So if I wanted to get in here and get those strawberries, I can. There's a little opening, and there's a few that I need to pick. Kale is coming along. I need to look up the best way to pick kale. Like, I don't know, should you just pick the biggest leaves, or I don't know. Different plants have to be harvested different ways so that they continue to grow. I need to look that up. Alright, those are watered. Thought I would come out here on the porch for a little bit. 4th of July is in 2 days, and my mom's birthday is on the 4th of July. So unfortunately we won't be in Tennessee to celebrate with her like we were last year, but that got me to thinking that we've been vlogging for about 1 year. And I can't believe it because we started vlogging last year in July when we went to Tennessee to visit my family. So yeah, it's been 1 year. It's amazing. I can't believe it. It went by so fast. So much has happened in that year. But yeah, 4th of July is in a couple of days. Do you all have big plans? Matt and I are just going to stay at home and watch the fireworks from our porch.
What you doing?
Just sitting on the porch.
Cool.
What you doing?
Just taking a little break. You water these ferns?
Yeah.
Got any big fireworks plans, 4th of July plans?
No, I was just telling them that we were gonna stay at home. That was the plan this year.
Sounds good. Well, do you remember that year we went up to like that high point?
Yeah, Broomfield.
And we just parked and we could see like 3 or 4 different fireworks shows from one location.
Yeah.
Granted, they were all really far off, but we were positioned where we could see Boulder, Bloomfield, and Denver's fireworks shows all from one location. So we could go do that again.
That's true. That's kind of out in the country for those of you all who are wondering. We used to live a lot closer to just like empty land. And so that was the very first summer we were out here. We weren't even in this house yet. We decided to just drive up to like the backcountry roads and just park our car. They have like a little pull-off spot. And we could see Denver from that spot, as well as several of the other metro areas surrounding Denver. And we could like to see the fireworks all around because of the vantage.
There's a lot of the cities between here and Boulder do public fireworks.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Denver will have a big display.
Yeah, but they're illegal, like, it's illegal to set off personal fireworks.
Yeah, it's illegal to possess or use them. YouTube! What are YouTube doing? We're going to Korean. Just got off work. Going to the restaurant.
There's chicken on the loose in our neighborhood.
Yes, there is. Yard bird on the loose.
Yard bird alert!
They got their fence open, that's why.
Matt's actually been wanting to try some like vegetarian faux meats, you know, fake meat, actually made from soybeans and whatnot. So we tried some today. I forget what the name of the brand was, but it was already cut up into strips and it was already seasoned. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was chicken.
It kind of tasted like hot dog meat to me, honestly.
I didn't get that, but yeah. I mean, it's obviously not real chicken, but it's pretty close. I mean,
yeah, I think they got the texture right. The flavor,
but no chickens died in the making of that.
no.
That's the trade-off. You can enjoy chicken flavor without killing any chickens. I'm not a vegetarian, but part of me wants to be vegetarian, and I figure that reducing your meat intake is better than, like, being a half vegetarian is better than being a whole vegetarian if you feel like eating meat is an ethical problem, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be absolutely one or the other, but it's debatable, I guess.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I think that reducing my consumption of meat and meat products is ethically responsible. That doesn't mean I want to cut them out completely from my diet, but it means that I don't feel like I need to eat meat or chicken or eggs or cheese or whatever meat product every day. Maybe if I could get down to once a week, I feel like that would be really cool, but I don't know, that's the idealist in me speaking.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, like, if you see something as an ethical issue, then if possible you should take action to resolve it. But even if you have trouble resolving it completely, I think it still stands to reason that you're better off partially being consistent or being ethically right than just not even trying because you feel like you couldn't do it completely. Does that make sense? Because I think there's a psychological barrier that says, no, I can't commit to being a vegetarian, so forget it. I'm just going to eat meat as much as I always have. Whereas if you think eating meat is a bit of an ethical problem, then why wouldn't you just try? You know what I mean? Dip your toes in and see if you can manage it. It's easy to get into the mindset of vegetarian or not vegetarian, but really it's just a matter of quantity. You can have 0 all the way up to, I don't know, I'm overanalyzing it a bit.
Well, no, I think it's important to think about, I don't know for me if it's an ethical issue. I do think it is related to ethics, but it's not that I really think that eating meat is wrong. I feel like eating a lot of meat is wrong. I could eat less of it, still have a very healthy life. And I mean, I don't need to eat meat every day. That kind of works itself into a lot of different things like sustainability and healthy lifestyle. And I think ethics is also a part of that, but I don't think it's 100% ethics for me.
Yeah. And whether or not it's an ethical problem, I don't view that as an absolute thing that applies to everybody. I think it's something you have to feel for yourself. If you don't feel any ethical quandary about eating meat, then me saying it's a ethical problem doesn't mean anything to you. It has to be per person. I don't know. I'm going to overanalyze it.
I don't think you're overanalyzing.
I'm not sure if it...
Well, I think it's multi-dimensional, though. I do too. You really have to think about all the different perspectives, and you have to think about different worldviews and what works for you. I think that some people, I don't know if this is, I don't know, like the scientific research behind this, but anecdotally, some people say they feel bad if they don't eat meat. Like they don't feel like they have strength. So for those people, being vegetarian or whatever, or vegan may not be an option.
Yeah, and really ethics is not an absolute thing either. Like, something could be ethical for one person, and the exact same action could be unethical for another. It's really kind of situational. Like, if you're starving and you have the option to eat meat, then maybe you, as a person, don't feel it's unethical to eat meat, but under normal circumstances, you might, for example. A lot of people also think that if you hold an ethical belief about whether something's right or wrong, that like it can be unclear how you feel about how that applies to other people too. Like some people think that if they hold a belief, then that applies to everybody. And then some people have some ethical beliefs that they feel like is just everyone's personal business, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that gets into like, what am I trying to impose on other people? So it gets complicated. You can't just look at ethics as a simple thing, you know? And I think that applies to vegetarianism. Some people would view that as something that needs to be imposed on others, as like a moral wrong that needs to be enforced. And some people feel like it's probably just more of a personal thing that you need to sort out with yourself. And I would sort of fall on the latter side of that, you know, like I'm not a vegetarian, but I do sympathize with vegetarians and I support vegetarians. And I think that it does have a moral component, but that's up to you. Like, do you think killing animals just so that you can have a tasty meal is a good thing? Some people will say yes, some people will say no. Some people will say no, but yet still eat meat, and that's kind of where I fall.
I was so hungry I forgot to show you all the food before we started eating it. We both got a bibimbap.
I don't usually come when it's like this, you know, kind of cloudy and dusky.
Yeah, I'm usually out here in the morning.
It's always bright, and either that or rainy.
When was the last time we were on this trail together?
Probably 3 weeks. Yes, there's a bunny on the trail. Little tiny one. About the size of a softball. Oh, there's a hawk up there too, look. You see him on that rock? See if you can zoom in on that hawk. Oh, you weren't on it.
Probably looking at that rabbit.
That's cool.
Into those large buntings.
Yeah, they're right. They probably wanted away from their nest. They're like, get away, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Why else would they be up there, like, harassing them? Yep. Is that another hawk by him?
I don't know.
I think so. That's pretty neat, though.
Yeah.
It's like a little National Geographic episode. Yeah, there's another bird up there beside him. I bet that's his hawk friend.
The buddy's still there.
We should order a second battery for that.
Yeah. We should. Little Peter Rabbit Cottontail.
If I could get footage of that hawk eating that bunny,
That would be amazing but sad.
that would be sad, yeah, but amazing. I saw a lightning strike off to the right.
Maybe we shouldn't be out here then.
And then there's another hawk over here.
We heard some thunder and saw some lightning, so we're going back to the car. Come on, Matt. Safety first.
Honey, it's right.
There was we had a bad storm a week or so ago. Some people got struck by lightning. Their dog also got struck by lightning, and the dog died, unfortunately. But, I think they were up in the mountains, so they were probably caught in a storm. Being up in the clouds, they're closer to lightning, but yeah. You don't want to get struck by lightning.
Drove all the way out here. I don't want to just turn around and leave.
We could sit here for a while.